In this video, we're going to talk about self-discipline and how it positively impacts our lives. The fact that you clicked on the video indicates that you have the free will and curiosity that is inherent in the average person. But that doesn't determine whether or not you are disciplined. This is determined by a number of complex factors, which we'll look at using the centuries-old teachings of Marcus Aurelius, the famous Roman emperor, who is widely recognized as the last of the 5 good emperors. During his reign, Aurelius found the opportunity to create a collection of personal writings known as meditations. In these texts, the Roman emperor shared a number of profound reflections on self-development, and today we'll share 10 steps to help you consistently develop and value self-discipline. As always, stay focused, stay strong, and watch the video to the end. Put down your phone, stop paying attention to multiple things at once, and do one thing at a time. For example, pay attention to this content, and it will help you significantly in your life. First things first. First things first. Your goal. Among the precepts on self-discipline from the writings of Marcus Aurelius, discovering your purpose is a special place. Discovering your purpose stands apart. Marcus Aurelius says, "I must work. I am a human being. What have I to complain about if I fulfill the purpose for which I was born, the tasks for which I came into this world? Or was I created to snuggle up in a blanket and keep warm?" Marcus Aurelius believed that each person has a purpose. Each of us is meant for something. It is our responsibility to fulfill that purpose, because it is what motivates us to get out of bed every morning. If you are clear about your purpose and how your mission relates to it, you greatly increase your chances of fulfilling that purpose. For example, let's say you have a flat tire and you need to change it. Your goal is obvious. Change the tire as quickly as possible so you can continue on your way. You will accomplish this task despite the fatigue you may feel. The biggest catalyst for self-discipline is having a reason to do the task. If you don't know where to start, just start. If you want to be a writer, write every day. If you want to be an artist, paint and create every day. Whatever your ambition is, it doesn't require extra motivation, research, or advice. Just start doing what you're interested in, and meet each day as it comes. After all, it is your purpose that will fuel your inner drive, motivation, and effort. Like your goals, self-discipline involves finding a compelling reason to accomplish a task and committing to seeing it through to completion. Second, trust yourself and your desire to achieve your goal. Focus on your own mind. Once you have your goal in mind, it's time to develop a pragmatic plan of action that will help you achieve your goals. It is not enough to simply set a goal. You need to make a commitment for each of the small steps you will take along the way. In order to achieve these goals, you need to fully commit yourself to what needs to be done, regardless of the difficulties that arise. Self-discipline is the ability to take action, to do what needs to be done, regardless of your physical, mental, or emotional state. Everything you want in your life, everything you aspire to have, be, and do, depends on your ability to take the necessary steps, the actions to achieve your goals. Whether you want it or not, start by creating an effective action plan that includes a timeline for achieving your goal. In addition, this plan should be structured in steps that break your goal down into manageable pieces. By utilizing the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, you can make sure that you move toward your desired outcome in small segments of time. This strategy puts you in control of the situation. It gives you a sense of mastery over the tasks and projects you undertake. Ultimately, what you are trying to avoid is succumbing to the feeling of being overwhelmed. Too much pressure can quickly lead to procrastination, and procrastination in turn can lead to stagnation. And where there is stagnation, self-discipline will not develop. Third, be present every day. You must build your life step by step and rejoice in each accomplishment as often as possible. And no one can stop you from doing that, even if you have a firm goal and a practical plan. Most of us don't achieve our goals. Often we fail because of a lack of consistency. It is essential to show up and commit to your work on a daily basis. The simple act of showing up and diving into your calling has a positive effect on mental toughness. It develops your focus and allows you to embrace the complex process required to accomplish something significant. You will have to put in countless hours of work before you begin to reap the rewards. Self-discipline involves cultivating the habit of consistency, finding motivation, doing something repeatedly until it becomes second nature and you start seeing results. Even if there are occasional setbacks, such as not exercising at the proper time, it doesn't define who you are. It shapes your discipline, willpower, and ability to continue. Failure does not define who you are. Your ability to persevere is what shapes your discipline and resilience to move forward. A bad day doesn't have to turn into a bad week. It doesn't have to turn into a bad year. Every morning when you wake up, remember that this is a new day, a new opportunity, and focus your attention on what lies ahead, which is life itself. Fourth, practice voluntary challenges. We must discipline ourselves in little things and then move on to bigger things. If you have a headache, try not to complain. Refrain from complaining every time you have an earache. And I don't mean that you can't express dissatisfaction. Just don't do it excessively. Voluntary challenges are one way to develop self-discipline. Facing voluntary challenges means regularly testing ourselves and regularly making life uncomfortable. In some situations, it makes us more resilient to real-life difficulties. Voluntary challenges can include not eating and fasting for one night, taking cold showers, not smoking, sleeping on the floor, or donating half of your clothes to a charitable organization. You can also go a few days without using social media or putting your smartphone in your desk drawer. By doing this regularly, you will begin to make sense of scarcity and hardships, realizing that you can live with both if necessary. Everything you want in your life, everything you aspire to have, be, and do, depends on your ability to take the necessary steps. Taking action to achieve your goals, and whether you want to or not, begins with creating an effective action plan that includes a timeline for accomplishing the goal. In addition, this plan should include milestones that break down your goal into manageable pieces. By utilizing the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, you will confidently move toward your desired outcome in small segments of time. This strategy puts you in control. It gives you a sense of mastery over the tasks and projects you undertake. Fifth, practice the principle of the dichotomy of control. You have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will gain power. Feeling frustrated and anxious over little things is immediately detrimental to discipline. You have a goal, and you are working towards it. But then you begin to be disturbed by thoughts and worries related to something external, that is, something beyond your control. In such situations, it is best to apply Epictetus' principle of the dichotomy of control. Clarify for yourself what is under your control and what is outside of it. If you accept what is beyond your control, then accept what is beyond your control. If you accept what is beyond your control, you will experience serenity. Consider the following when you feel frustrated and confused. Do you have a problem in your life? No. Then don't worry. Do you have a problem in your life? Yes. Can you do something about it? Yes. Don't worry. If not, then don't worry either. Sixth, never assume the role of a victim. Do your job without complaining. Have you ever said one of the following statements? I was born with these circumstances. I didn't have the opportunity to learn anything different. My parents set a terrible example. Everyone behaves this way. What are these things, in essence? They are excuses people use to justify their behavior. Instead of making an effort to improve, you have to take responsibility. The why me mentality is the enemy of mental toughness. It may not be your fault, but the course of your life depends on your ability to identify what is within your control and act on it with your own hands. It's important to train your mind to approach situations this way. Instead of automatically resorting to self-pity, it is undoubtedly easier to blame others when things go wrong. However, only those with a significant degree of mental fortitude can move forward. Even if the blame does not lie with them and fix the situation, those who take the initiative to act beneficiar, or not those who turn away and point fingers. When you blame yourself for the situation, you relinquish control and remove personal responsibility. And without a sense of accountability, significant progress becomes an impossible task. Seventh, practice delayed gratification. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, you were born to feel pleasurable things instead of doing things and experiencing them. Don't you see plants, birds, ants, spiders, and bees going about their business, putting the world in order as best they can? Don't you want to do your work as a human being? Why don't you run to do what your nature demands? Delayed gratification involves the ability to wait for your desires to be fulfilled. Imagine a situation at Christmas when you have plates full of delicious and tempting food in front of you, and you are trying to lose weight. If you give in and fill your plate with calorie-rich snacks, it may hurt your diet, but you'll get instant gratification. However, if you can resist and spend the evening eating salads and crunching carrots, you're likely to reap even greater rewards in the future. You'll lose those extra pounds and be able to fit into your favorite clothes. This ability to resist temptation and stay focused on your goals is often referred to as self-discipline. And delaying gratification is often seen as a central part of this behavior. We put off what we want now so that we can achieve something different and better later. Eighth, ignore the naysayers. When someone accuses you or hates you, look into their souls and see what kind of people they are. You will realize that there is no reason to worry about their particular opinion of you. Whenever you step outside the norm and declare, even if only to yourself, that you believe you have a special purpose in life and are willing to do whatever it takes to achieve it, you will attract skeptics. Skeptics are people who criticize, object to, or oppose something. They like to say no. They may like you, but they are afraid of progress. So they are against everything, and their opinion just hurts your self-discipline. You must realize that allowing yourself to get upset about the opinion of someone you don't know or respect is as useless as getting upset about the weather. It's a waste of energy. Their voice doesn't deserve your attention. Don't put your work in the hands of strangers who can violate it at will. You should actively seek out honest feedback from those you respect, but if someone is constantly acting as a malcontent, ignore them. Ninth, seek out wise people who will inspire you. This will work even if you are socializing with people of good character who shape your life as much as theirs, whether you choose someone from now or from the past. Now is a good time to seek guidance that can strengthen your self-discipline. In particular, role models can be friends, family members, co-workers who have already achieved the goal you are striving for. Ask yourself, who is doing this now? Who has successfully achieved this goal? Who has successfully acquired this habit? Who has successfully implemented this change? Who demonstrates the self-discipline needed in this area? What can I learn from this person that can help me on my path? Take time to ask these people how they develop discipline. Ask how they perform specific actions that lead to the desired outcome. Then use their wisdom to help yourself cultivate self-discipline throughout your personal journey. 10th, sincerely evaluate your day. Self-discipline is an important aspect of personal development and success. It allows us to control our actions, thoughts, and emotions in order to achieve our goals. Self-discipline can be developed through various methods, one of which is to examine yourself and identify your weaknesses. This requires being extremely honest with yourself and using time to communicate with your own self. Consistently practicing nightly assessments will increase your self-esteem at all stages of the day because you will be actively gathering information to formulate constructive answers to these questions. In answering these questions, ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I test my discipline and self-control? And how did I perform? What did I do wrong? And why did it happen? More importantly, how can I improve my performance? Now you have an idea of how you can improve tomorrow. But don't blame yourself. Follow Seneca's example and forgive yourself. Practice compassion for yourself. Research shows that it is forgiveness, not blaming yourself, that prevents procrastination. And don't just criticize yourself. Recognize what you did well so you can do it again tomorrow. Be grateful for the good things that happened today. Developing self-discipline takes time and effort, but it's worth it. Self-disciplined people are more successful in achieving their goals. They are more productive and have higher self-esteem. If you want to develop self-discipline, start by examining yourself and identifying your weaknesses. Then develop an action plan to address them and follow it consistently. Over time, you will notice your self-discipline growing and you will become a more successful person. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if this content was helpful to your life. See you soon.